CBS News breaking and continuing coverage as we listen to the Vice President of the United States on the tarmac in Switzerland talking about the negotiations and the groundwork laid for a deal between the U.S. and Iran. Let's do that.
No, all I mean is, look, whether good faith or bad faith, you can't trust anybody's words. You have to trust what they actually do. Letting in the inspectors is a big deal, but again, we're going to see what they actually let the inspectors do once they're in the country. That's going to continually be a part of our negotiation. So my point is not that I trust or distrust anybody. My point is that I trust actions. And what the president has asked us to do is verify what they're doing, focus less on what they're saying.
Sir, you mentioned conditions for the Iranians using these frozen funds.
Sure.
To buy American soy, for example. Is that something that was raised yesterday that they've already agreed to? The Iranians have already agreed to that?
Yeah, that was something that came up yesterday, and we actually asked the Qataris to help us set up the mechanism so that we can ensure that the money goes where we want it to go, and they agreed to do that. We have a good relationship, obviously, with them and a good operational oversight mechanism in place. But even with that said, even with the caveat that's going to benefit American farmers and obviously benefit the people of Iran, we want both. But fundamentally, that money is not going to be unfrozen unless we continue to see progress. So that'll obviously be a big part of the negotiation in the days to come.
Sir, very quickly, there was a moment yesterday when Arachi came into the room and did not greet you. You guys did not shake hands, and then he walked out of the room. Did you feel snubbed by that? Did you feel it was an intentional move on their part? How did you interpret what happened?
No, I mean, I trust me, I've spent a lot of time dealing with the Iranians over the last few months. Sometimes I find them extremely confusing as negotiators. But look, we had a little press conference. They obviously don't quite have the same First Amendment protections in Iran that we have in the United States of America. We talked to you guys and then had a series of really good meetings. What I did find kind of funny is that after that initial meeting, there was this, sort of social media firestorm where everybody said the Iranians are going to leave, and then we proceeded to talk to them for like the next 9 hours. So I would just encourage the media, mistrust a little bit what you see coming out of Iranian social media. They can be confusing negotiators, but we feel like we're making progress. Thank you guys. Take care.
All right, so you just heard it from Vice President JD Vance. He is getting on an airplane, we presume to come back to the United States after being in Switzerland to engage in those talks between the United States and Iran. He is also reiterating that all of us in the media and those of you at home who are watching take with a little bit of a grain of salt what you hear from the Iranians. He says that they are sometimes confusing negotiators there at the bargaining table. But the vice president continues to strike a positive tone, saying that the groundwork is laid. Much more ahead on the particulars of that deal in Iran and how it could speak to the nuclear parts of the agreement.